Welcome to a tutorial for the Abandoned Realms, best game ever. My name's Calist, and today we're going to be taking a look at making a character and playing a little bit through the Mud School. So how do you even play? Well, from the main screen here on abandonedrealms.com, there's this nice red Play Now button. That'll open up our custom client here. From here you simply put in the name of a character. I am infamously bad at creating character names, so sometimes I just put in Bob. And what's really nice is we have a name generator here. So if you're uninspired or if you're just bad at names, you could put in the name Bob and find something here. So we're going to make a paladin today, so let's find something that looks kind of paladin-y. I think we're going to do a dwarf because it's always fun to play a dwarf, talk like a dwarf. So I didn't see anything there that looked good, so I just put in Bob again. What looks like a dwarf here? Or a nod. Not really. Let's go. Yeah, you know what? We're not really finding anything here. Let's just go off the top of our head. What sounds like a dwarf? Brom. Nice, it worked. Okay, so name has to be in a fantasy setting. Should be pronounceable, except for lithids and gnomes because they have weird names. And there's some other things here. So we're going with Brom. Are we new to Abandoned Realms? For the purposes of this, we're going to say no because we just want to create our character and get right into it. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Brom. You should pick a more secure password than this. Let's make his last name Stone Grudge. That sounds like a good name for a dwarf. Brom Stone Grudge. Now, we're not going to associate a character with a forum account right now, but you should. It's free to make a forum account, and the nice thing about that is if you do create a forum account, you'll have a board like this that shows you all of your character names, so you don't have to worry about writing them down or anything. I don't mind showing these because these guys are all dead, so there's no surprises here, but for you it's really a good idea to do it. That way you're never going to forget a name of your character. And it also tracks how many hours you've played that month, how many hours you've played total, how long ago the character was created, and whether it's active or deleted. So back to Brom. We're not going to associate it with an account. Lots of different classes. We're going to go with Paladin. I strongly recommend Paladin as a starter class because it's really self-sufficient. It has a lot of great skills and spells. Similar to Forgotten Realms, D&D, stuff like that. Paladins are the embodiment of goodness. Very chivalrous, very strong, holy warriors. So yeah, we're going to smite the wicked. And we've already decided we're going to go with Dwarf. There's no bad choice here. All of these are good. But it's more fun to play as a dwarf. From my perspective, I like talking like one. So you can pick your gender here. We're going to go with male. Now, a very interesting fact, you can actually re-roll your stats here. So you don't have to go with what you get initially. And also you get to add 3 training sessions, and each one will add 2 to whatever you put it into. So if I put 2 into con here, 2 into con, and then another one into whiz, we're going to have max stats. But just to show you, we can put in reroll. And, oh, we actually got the same one. But it doesn't matter. You can roll around until you get perfect stats. You're not going to get perfect stats on every single character. It depends on the race class combo you go with. But we're going to get perfect stats on this one. So put 1 into whiz and 2 into con, and now we've got max stats. We have to be good. We're a paladin. Interestingly, a paladin in this game can be lawful, neutral, or chaotic. It can't be in everything, but in this one it can, so let's go lawful. We're going to be a lawful, good paladin as normal. There's a lot of different spirits, or a lot of different deities that you can pray to. This isn't locked in, so if we go with, I don't know, if we go with luck, because we think luck sounds like fun, we can even go help luck. If we think that sounds like fun, we can go with that. But if we don't see that immortal around, Lumabella, if we don't see them around and we see say for example Faustin, say you see him around a lot and you want to start following him, you can always change. So let's go luck. Picking a hometown now, it's really important for new players to go with Serengale. Even I go with Serengale for a lot of my characters because it's central in the whole map of the realm, and it's really easy to go anywhere from Serengale. So there's really no downside to taking it as a new player. And that's it. Our character's created. We're now in the game. The Overlord will tell us, Brom, your body is ready to use. Treat it well, and it will last a lifetime. Step downwards now and be reborn in the world of Seren. So we're going to go down. And there we go. We're in the entrance of the Academy of the Sun. An adept of Cedric tells you, see me to learn some skills first. It'll make things much smoother. Head north, then east of the entrance to the academy. So we'll go north, and then east. See this guy, he says, learning a skill will help you in the caves. So there's a sign here that says help practice. Let's check that out. Help practice. Practice without an argument tells you your current ability level and all your skills and spells. So let's type practice. We have a lot of spells and skills here that we can practice. Parry obviously will help you defensively against creatures. Enhanced damage helps you hit harder. Reckoning is a paladin ability that you can use during combat. So we're going to practice a few of these. We're going to practice enhanced damage. We're going to practice parry. And let's practice cure light. In case we get wounded, we can heal ourselves. Oops. Now we started with 5 practices, but based on our wisdom of 21, we're going to get 3 practices every level, so we can come back and practice more. Just type score there to take a look at our score sheet. It gives you all of your information about your character. You can think of this like your character sheet in D&D. So let's go back into the caves. So we went west. There's scrolls here. This gives you a lot of tips to look at these help files. They'll kind of walk you through the game. We're not going to look at all of them right now, but we'll just take a look at this introduction one here. It's the welcome to the game, talks a little bit about the game. Looking at the scroll gives you a lot of important information and commands and things. But let's get into killing stuff. Let's go kill stuff. So we're going to go south. Let's look at this map here. Yep, map is telling us to go north to practice, south to jump into the action. Let's jump into the action. There's a route here. Talks about the map on the screen here. You can see that this client has a built-in mini-map, so you can see area like around you where you can go. So we're gonna go in here. That guard said, I need your assistance, Brom. One of our adepts has gotten lost deep in the caves. I fear for his safety. His name is Samri. You might be able to check where Samri is. Oh, well that sounded promising. Let's try that. Let's type where Samri. Okay, now we have a golden road. Here it says east is golden, and over here you can see these 2 rooms are golden. So we could follow that golden road to find Samri. We'll fight some rats on the way, but we'll get there. Now if you want to kill the rat, you could type out the whole name, like kill rat, or there's autocomplete in this game as well, which is on by default, so you can really just type K space R. We can scan around to see what's north, east, south, and west of us. If we type where, it'll tell us what other characters are in the area. If we type who, it'll say who is on the game right now that we're able to see. So we're a level 1 paladin, so we won't be able to see anybody invisible, hiding, or camouflaged. So we can see 5 players on. There might be 10, who knows? However, typing where breaks your golden road, so we'll have to type where Samri again. But it's okay, we'll find Samri. As we kill things, if they have equipment on them, we auto loot it right now. So we can look in our inventory by typing I or inventory. And we have a belt cloak bracer, you could just wear it all to put it all on. Let's kill this spider, we could just type KS if we want. That's the auto-complete there, so you don't have to type out kill, you don't have to type out spider. We're almost at Samri though. Samri says, "Help me, good sir. A dastardly necromancer is flooding these caves with evil, and I must stop him. I was able to trap him in this study with the help of an adventurer like yourself, but we were overwhelmed by zombies, and I barely made it out alive. My friend did not. We accidentally dropped the key in a pool somewhere in the caves east of here." Oh no. They dropped the key. Okay, there's a caution here. We're entering a level 4 zone. Maybe we should go back and level up before we proceed. So let's kill these creatures in the caves here. In the client here you can see this experience bar along the bottom. Shows you how far you are to your next level, so we're pretty close. In game, you can quickly see that by typing worth or WO. This will show you how much experience you've gained, how much you need to level, your gold you're carrying, how much is in your bank, and how many chips of Herald, relics of Mystic, and medals of Warlord you have. These are different currencies that you can use in-game to get various rewards such as equipment or training boosts, things like that. They're easy to get, everybody can get them. There's no way to pay real money for it. There's no way to pay real money for anything in this game. Everything's free. So let's kill some more things and level up here. Once we get a little bit stronger, we can go into that area and help Samri. Everything in here is pretty easily killable, so I'm not too scared, especially as a dwarf paladin. 130 hit points at level 1 is a lot, and nothing's really going to hurt us in here. You can travel alone and kill things and level up on your own. You can go with 2 people, with 3 people. A group of 3 is the ideal group. If you have more than 3 people in your group, it starts to take away from your experience points you get from killing each creature. You're allowed to have minions, pets, mercenaries. So for example, if you're a necromancer, you could have your whole army in your group and it does not take away any experience. So you could have 3 player characters plus as many minions and stuff as you want. So we just leveled up there. We gained 16 hit points, 13 mana, 6 move, and 3 practices. The move is constant. We're always going to gain 6 move. The practices, as long as we're not wearing equipment that drops down our wisdom below 18, we'll always get 3 practices. The hit points and mana will change every level randomly. Every race and class has a range. So for example, Dwarf Paladin, maybe the lowest hit points they could get is 11, maybe the highest is 16. I won't know until I make that character and play it up several levels and see what the range looks like. Same thing with the mana, maybe it goes 11 to 14, I don't know. You'd have to play a character and level it up a bit and find out what the average is. Oh, a massive zombified adventurers has issued us to a challenge, fight or flee. This is an overlord, so if you kill multiple small creatures in an area, oftentimes a large creature in the area will issue you a challenge. The large creature is a little bit stronger than the little creatures running around, but when you kill it, you gain bonus experience, you get a random item drop, and you gain warlord medals if you're like level 20 or level 15 or higher, I think. So we're too low right now to gain the warlord medals, but that's okay. We're still going to go and do that fight, and we might get a good item. But first, we're going to go back to Sedgwick and we're going to practice, because we didn't practice everything before. We didn't have enough practices to do so. So we're wearing a 2-handed weapon, so we don't really need shield block right now. let's practice Reckoning, because then we'll have something that we're able to do. And we have one more practice. Let's finish practicing Cure Light. One practice session is only putting spells up to 38%, and a second practice session is putting it up to 75. 75 is the highest that it can go, and how high it goes with that first practice is based off of our intelligence. So our intelligence is only 17, which isn't super high, so we need to put 2 practices into things. Some races like Elf, Dwarf, Illithid, they're so smart that one practice is all they need to get an ability up to 75%. Okay, so we're all practiced up. Let's go charge into there. We're only level 2, but I'm still pretty confident that we're not going to have any trouble with those zombies. And in fact, if we want, we can go just a little bit south from the entrance here and find ourselves a pet. Pets are amazing in this game. You can basically collect them like Pokemon. You can have 20 different pets if you want. You can only have one pet with you at a time, but it levels up with you up to a maximum level of 30, and it actually provides decent amount of damage. So there's really no reason not to have a pet. Here at this shop we could buy a goat. So let's do it. Let's buy that goat. You can see what pets you have with pet list. If you go help pet, it'll tell you everything you need to know about a pet. You can even give it a name, give it a description. It's pretty cool. For right now, we're just going to use this goat to help us do some damage. At level 1 it's not super strong, but it's better than nothing. And it levels pretty quickly, so maybe we'll go kill a couple more creatures before we go in there. And now that we practice that Reckoning ability, we can use that to help do damage. Let's kill these tendrils. So there's the Reckoning. This Reckoning attacks every creature that's attacking you, so it works really well in a room where we're fighting a whole bunch of things that aren't very strong, because it'll just help us kill them really quickly. Ooh, we've just become better at Reckoning. One of the nice things about this game is that you will constantly get better at stuff as you use it. So whether it's something passive like second attack, or your weapon ability like polearm or sword, or defense like shield block or parry, or if it's an active skill that you actually have to type in, like Dirt Kick or Reckoning. Whenever you do something, you have a chance at getting better at it, and every time you get better at it, you get a little hit of dopamine. And that's what keeps us coming back. So, our pet is level 2 now, so he'll do more damage every time he attacks. Okay, we got our second level, 15 hit points this time, 10 mana. Okay, so the hit points are pretty good, 15 or 16 so far. Mana 10 to 13. Let's go practice one more time before we head in there. Our Overlord challenge. Once you kill a bunch of small creatures and that big one challenges you, you usually have quite a bit of time to complete the challenge, so we have 39 more hours. You just want to be careful that you don't leave the area. If you leave the area before you kill the big creature, you lose the challenge. Sometimes that'll be okay. Sometimes you won't be strong enough to fight that big creature, and you'll just want to abandon it. But something to pay attention to. So we're going to practice armor, Inspiring Presence. We only put one practice into armor because it doesn't cost very much mana to cast, and if we fail we'll just cast it again. And you can see how much mana things cost by checking your spells. If you type skill, it'll show you all your skills. Type spell, it'll show you all your spells as well as how much mana it costs. So it costs 5 mana. Let's try it. So commune armor. If you want to, you can type just co-arm, and that'll do it too. So we're losing our concentration, which means we're failing, but as you can see, it didn't cost much mana, so it's fine with only one practice. We need to do that Inspiring Presence. You can see the abilities when you go to your score. us what affects we have. So we have Inspiring Presence, giving us more damage roll. The armor helps us reduce damage from things hitting us. And we've got our Overlord challenge there. If you just want to see the effects, you can type AF for effect, and it'll show you that part. Now let's go kill this thing. So we're looking for a mass of zombified adventurers. We need to go into that higher level spot and find it. We can use the golden road here and type where mass, and it'll lead us directly to the guy that we want to go kill. You'll see on the mini-map, it shows up with an exclamation mark. So the road will take us right there. Now if I don't know how strong this is, and I'm not sure if I can kill it, you can type consider or con, and it'll give you an idea. So it says, a mass of zombified adventurers seems to have a significant advantage. This will also tell you whether a creature is evil, good, or neutral, which is really important when you're playing a good line character, because you do not want to kill any other good line characters. Or you don't want to kill any other good line mobs, or else you'll be cursed for a bit. So he's evil. It says he has a significant advantage, but I believe in us. I think we can do it. In fact, let's get ready. Let's get combat ready. So we've got our sword. We've got our helmet. I think we can do this. Let's bring it on, zombified adventurers. Oh, okay, that's going poorly already. Okay, so let's use our reckoning ability here. I'm not worried. He hit us, but we're wounding him. He's a big nasty already. He's pretty hurt. We've got him on the ropes. We're gonna finish this guy off right away here. Okay, so we killed him. We looted him. Shows us here that he dropped a basic diamond white cravat. This is that random item that he dropped. Sometimes it gives damage, sometimes it gives health. This time it gives wisdom. We don't really need it. In our inventory we looted a whole bunch of stuff. Fractured Adventurer's Cap. That's basically an item that was generated randomly that sucks, so we're just gonna drop it. You can sacrifice items for gold. It basically destroys an item in your room, and when you are worshipping a deity, like we're worshipping Bella, it says that they are the ones that you're sacrificing the item to, and they're the ones rewarding you with the gold for sacrificing things. Okay, so we completed that challenge, we killed that guy. Now we need to go get the key and help Samri. So it's not there now, but earlier it would have been there, the golden road leading to the pool. So it's in the southeast section of the cave here. So let's go over there. And there we go, there's a pool here. So let's look at this sign. Fishing allowed. There was a no on the sign at one point, but it was scratched out. Okay, well how do we fish? Help fishing. You can pretty much search a help file for anything in this game. If you're ever wondering how to do something, try help. And if you're really having trouble with something, there's lots of helpful people in the game. You can always use your newbie chat and ask questions. So for example, let's say we have no idea how to pull up help fishing. Let's type newbie, how do I fish? So I suspect somebody on is going to see that we asked a question. How do I fish? I'm sure somebody will direct us to the help file and say like, oh, check out the help file. First, you need to cast, and then you need to reel. Nobody's answering, so let's ask again. I have to... Oh, sorry, we should be talking like a dwarf. How do I fish? And they're like, oh, check out the help file first. You need to cast your reel. And then nowhere else says, find water and fish. Then when prompted, real. Okay. Thank you. Oh, no. Thank ye. Okay, let's try that. So he said fish. So we'll type fish. Tie a worm onto a nearby stick. You cast off, and the line lands in the nearby water. And then he said, when prompted, reel. Okay, let's do that. We'll sit here ready. Soft pull on the line advises you to start reeling soon. This kind of helps you time ticks. It's essentially a tick from the time that... Oh no, we failed. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, it told us that we had to reel and we didn't do it. Looks like we gotta do it again. That's embarrassing. We'll try harder this time. But a tick in this game is basically around 30 seconds, and it's what everything's based off of in terms of how long your spells last for, how long abilities last for, how long potions last for, etc. Okay, I'm ready. I'm not gonna screw it up again. As soon as that thing tells me to reel, I'm doing it. Ready. Come on, fish. Go! You begin to steadily reel in the line. Come on. We got it. Okay, the goblin animator tells you, come east and free me. Let us overthrow the light together. When with such promises you would better serve the Dark Lord than the crumbling castle of light. Samri says, don't listen to the evil creature. Come back and see me. Well, we're a paladin, so obviously we're going to go back and see Samri. If we were a different character, we'd have to consider our options there. Samri says, thank you, Brom. Quickly, go to eradicate the necromancer before he grows too powerful. Okay, let's do it. A golden phoenix joins you. Ooh, he sent some help. So now it's us, plus the phoenix, plus the goat. Let's head east. Before the force field, you stand at the back of a decrepit cave. A curiously pristine iron door has been inset in the eastern wall, and a sheen of golden light emanates around it. As you approach the door, it seems to shimmer in your presence. You notice that the stench of decay is much lessened here for some reason. Look door. This door stands remarkably clean amidst the rotten decay of these caves. The large keyhole waits for a key to open it. So we have that key, so we'll type unlock east, open east, scan east. There's a zombie there and a goblin necromancer. Let's check our effects. We've got our armor up. Let's do it. We're in here fighting an animator. Let's kill this thing. Reckoning. Nobody's fighting back. I wonder if this guy started targeting something else. Oh yeah, you can see the goblin animator stab misses a golden phoenix. The phoenix jumped in front of us, taking the blows. How valiant. We did it. We killed him. A golden phoenix gives you a small voucher. It said you can use this voucher to hire a mercenary from Adanian in the nearby city of Serengil. To use it, simply barter for the mercenary in exchange for this voucher. When you're ready, leave this area and look for Horgan the Slaughtered Lamb Inn. We gain 10 relics of Mystic for completing this quest. We gained 2,000 experience, we leveled up again, and now we're ready to move on to the big wide world. We're level 4. We killed many creatures down here. We completed a quest. There's tons of quests to do in this game. Tons of areas to explore. Tons of creatures to kill. Tons of equipment to get. So many things to do. We've just barely scratched the surface. But that's really what I wanted to show you today, was kind of creating a character, going through the arena, learning some of the ins and outs, talking a little bit about quests, how to practice, help files, newbie chat. Hopefully this was helpful a little bit. If you have any questions at all, or any ideas for things that would make good tutorial videos, please just post in the comments below, and I'll be definitely getting back to you and making more videos as we go forward. So thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time on the Abandoned Realms.